after a string of violence in our area.
Gun violence is truly a crisis in our community.
And calls for change.
No, it's not going to be a one-day fix.
The programs making our cities safer.
Sometimes you have to meet a student exactly before they're deciding, should I go right or should I go left?
Coming here helped me break out of a shell.
The volunteers and organizations putting young people on a path to success.
That's an age group that sometimes needs to be redirected.
The gangs, the violence, it is a full-time activity in Sacramento, and the kids are aware of it.
I think boxing is the best outlet to match that intensity.
And making sure they have the mentorship they need.
I want to make a change in my life, you know?
I'm hoping that one or two catch on to the message that I'm giving them.
It helps the community for the future.
Tonight, a KCRA3 Project Community Special, Saving Our Cities. For 1 month, we brought you stories every day about groups in our area working to save our cities. You heard from volunteers and workers, people dedicating their time to keeping young people on the right track and off the streets. Today, we want to show you some of our favorites. Here's KCRA3's Jason Marks.
And Brandy, we set out to feature people who are on the ground, working to make a difference to reduce crime and violence. We start today at Burbank High School in Sacramento, where we found that words have more meaning than ever.
Y'all, hurry, get in class.
There are a lot of high school classes students don't look forward to.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to open your journals, please.
But the 6th period class at Burbank,
We're just going to do some quick writing sprints.
run by Patrice Hill and Coco Bland, isn't one of them.
But y'all need to let Miss Coco know that I've been holding it down, okay? Yeah, right on me.
I ain't gonna lie, I love the class.
While most classes focus on science or math,
Get you a couple sentences. You should have a nice little paragraph.
this one is dedicated to words.
They said they wanted to see poetry, and so we started with hip-hop and spoken word from there.
One thing I know about my life.
Words like struggle, hustle, value, and battle are commonly bantered about.
And don't feel like it has to rhyme. Just speak your truth.
Though what makes this class different
We in here, it's not about the spelling, it's just about the truth.
is that it's focused on helping at-risk teenagers.
We're going to share and talk for the rest of the period. Questions, comments, concerns?
Sometimes you have to meet a student exactly before they're deciding, should I go right or should I go left?
Hill and Bland are part of an organization called SAYS, which stands for Sacramento Area Youth Speaks.
When you speak positivity in your life, that's when positive stuff comes to you.
It's a program designed to help find teenagers another way to deal with emotions.
I'm embracing the struggle.
I've had personal issues where I couldn't talk about. I never opened up before. I just kept to myself, and coming here helped me break out of a shell.
People used to always get mad at me because when I get mad, I like to shut down and walk away, be by myself. People didn't like that about me, but I didn't know how to fix it. But in this class, I know how to open up.
Definitely before I had that class, I was lost.
Senior Jaden Davis has been in the class since he was a freshman.
And I will only proceed to grow.
Like many teenagers, he was heading down the wrong path.
I'd find myself stumbling into situations where I couldn't find myself out of.
Everything now has changed, including his outlook on life.
There are many black students like me who don't have the class and don't get to experience what I do, and you can tell the difference in behavior.
We've had students that was getting kicked out of class, couldn't speak, was really deemed as at-risk students, and now they're leaders at Burbank.
Okay, go ahead, Spiff.
So in this class, students can't wait to be in.
I definitely think this class should be in every school.
Word, snap it up for Spiff, y'all. Snap it up for that.
They get a chance to rewrite the past and script a new future.
It just makes me think about what I want to do after high school.
Right now, the SAYS program is only at a couple of Sacramento schools, though they're hoping to expand the program. Staff at Burbank tells me that they have seen suspensions dramatically decline once that program began. Another program is helping young people prepare for the future. No, this job is not the most glamorous in the world, but the education that these young people are getting is invaluable.
There's no doubt all jobs aren't created equally. Some require more touch.
It gets very loud.
Though most would agree, this one appears to be a bit trashy.
Honestly, this part is the grossest part.
This is also a way these 20-somethings are separating themselves from their peers.
Yeah, it can be very gross. Like sometimes there's maggots in here, moldy food.
22-year-old Malia McAdams
Means he got my side profile. He got my good side too.
started working at the Sacramento Regional Conservation Corps a couple months ago.
Here you go. You want to see some maggots? Are you sure that's not rice?
The SRCC is the city's largest education and workforce training program, hiring only 18 to 26-year-olds.
Well, that's an age group that's underserved, and also that's an age group that sometimes needs to be redirected and receive skills and trainings and certifications to help them to get to the path of full employment.
It's the same age group that's killing each other the most in this country.
It's actually pretty scary because they're the same age as you, so it's like that could have been you.
This program is giving them a chance to recycle their lives.
It helps the community for the future, so because it trains us as young adults for the future.
No, at times it's not glamorous, but it's a job paying real money.
Definitely this part of the whole conservation corps is the dirty jobs. Everything else is not the dirty jobs. Everything else is definitely labor.
That includes teaming up with the city to help keep ditches and city streets manicured.
Out here, it's a lot more than just what you think landscaping. It's maintaining vegetation, doing fire breaks, working along the city. It's a lot of things that you probably wouldn't do on the day-to-day basis.
That's how you do that right there, man. Yeah.
Young people are very aware of what's happening in this crazy world. They have their own solutions to solving violence and crime.
Definitely more programs like this, more programs that give people chances, and not just programs. I feel like the programs are out there, but I feel like there's not enough money supporting them.
And they know how important it is to make the best of a smelly situation.
And there's a lot of gross things in life, you know, but you can't let that stop you from accomplishing what you want to accomplish. If you let the minor things stop you, then where are you gonna go?
Oh, maggots. I can tell you the SRCC is actually also providing education for its employees. It's giving a chance for those who dropped out to get their high school diplomas. Well, groups in our area have to be creative, finding ways to cut down on violence and crime. We learned how a skateboard is making a difference in Sacramento.
If the key to unlocking a safer future
1, 2, 3.
is simply to build bonds with the next generation,
Usually goes you know how it connects to a box.
then some Sacramento high schoolers are doing it one piece at a time.
Bob, where do we put this?
It screws in together.
Creating an alternative way of connecting,
It's different than other sports.
using the alternative sport they love.
You feel like you can do whatever you want when you're skating.
Once a week, skateboarders come rolling off the street and onto the Arden Middle School tennis court.
It's fun because I get to meet new people and I met some new friends already.
This is Project Lifelong,
It's like a little leprechaun trick.
created by Sean Latour Harkeen 7 years ago.
Every single child deserves to have a mentor. One mentor can make an incredible difference in a kid's life.
Those mentors are people like
I love skating.
17-year-old Angel Rivera.
A lot of kids are either like stuck on what they want to do, or there's a lot of kids that are in bad environments, and you know, this program is a really great escape from that. It's a really good place to enjoy yourself and have people that like really do care.
And remember, you're jumping off your back foot.
Care from the middle schoolers they're helping.
Well, it's easy to get bored. so I think it's important.
That's why Tabby Felkel helps keep the youngsters away from idle time.
They do bad stuff. They get in trouble.
And unfortunately, we've seen kids, when they're not plugged into our programs, they are getting into troubles. If our program isn't a full-time activity, the gangs, the violence, it is a full-time activity in Sacramento, and the kids are aware of it.
Project Lifelong is now at 3 area schools, but looking to expand.
By bringing the kids together from different backgrounds and neighborhoods, it creates something amazing where really we're getting to learn from each other.
That's a treat in itself, in a place full of rad tricks.
I couldn't really picture life or things without skating.
And in return for being mentors, the high schoolers are able to go on youth-led trips to things such as whitewater rafting and backpacking. While some Sacramento volunteers take a swing every day to keep the streets clean, they call themselves the Downtown Streets Team. Every morning, 60 team members fan out in the city and into West Sac picking up trash. They clean up everything from cigarette butts to glass to hypodermic needles. Most of the volunteers are homeless, so this program serves as a first step to finding permanent employment.
Our team members want to be out there and letting their community know that just because they may be in crisis doesn't mean that they don't care or that they don't want better for everyone.
Oh, it's great. I feel like a whole relief is off my back. It's great, and I get to get up in the morning with a good attitude and come to work.
The volunteers are rewarded. They get gift cards in return for their hard work. Straight after the break, knocking out violence.
You're going to get knocked down. Are you going to get up and keep fighting?
How a former professional boxer is fighting to save young lives. Well, welcome back to our Project Community Special, Saving Our Cities. As we've shown you so far, a lot of people have a lot of different creative ways to cut down on violence. Well, one Sacramento man uses what he knows best to do that, his fists.
From Sacramento, California, USA, the undefeated Brandon Flawless Gonzalez.
Boxing is the greatest analogy in life.
Brandon Flawless Gonzalez knows a little something about taking a punch.
We've all been through setbacks. We've all been through hard times, adversity. But it's what you do when you're faced with that.
Gonzalez was once a super middleweight title contender. 7 years ago, he opened Flawless Boxing after his career ended.
Taurus out, Evan back in. I wanted to give back to the community. I knew how to do that through boxing. Just jabs.
With the goal of giving kids a puncher's chance at success.
No matter how rough it gets, it's always going to get better.
That's why
it's definitely better here.
Stay in your boxing stance.
And it doesn't get you in trouble. It's the best part.
3 times a week.
I like punching. I like fighting.
Good. Bring the hand back high.
The next generation laces up the gloves.
This program is about fitness, hard work, mental building, just making you feel better about yourself.
Get out of the corner. Get out of the corner.
To duck the dangers of the streets.
Just following people that aren't your friends, that pressure you all the time, pretty much like that. And pressure, you have to prove to them that you're not scared. So you do things that you wouldn't normally do around them.
Those dangers, Gonzalez knows far too well.
You know, my wife's father was a victim of violence. He was murdered. And so she's still affected to this day. We're still affected to this day as a family.
That's what drives him.
Stay in your boxing stance, Taurus.
Wanting to keep other families away from that pain.
I think boxing is the best outlet to match that intensity as what these kids deal with on a daily in the streets out there.
When there's somebody's fixing their headgear and stuff, that's how I know, okay, I got them good.
Students like 13-year-old Kassan Farmer are given a different outlook on life.
I want to be a professional boxer. I want to use this so I can get money and spend it on my family.
It's in this gym where young people learn when you're on the rope, you simply have to keep fighting.
You're gonna get knocked down. Are you gonna get up and keep fighting?
1, 2, 3.
And that's a good program. Now, we have continued to work on this since May, this project, Saving Our Cities. And just last week, we caught up with a man who was working to keep teens out of trouble in the most vulnerable time, the summer.
Your bucket get full, we're gonna empty them in the bags.
Cleaning the streets most likely isn't on a teenager's bucket list.
It smells like something's dead over here.
Though, these guys are crossing it off either way. What might look like hard labor,
it's getting hot out here, y'all,
is actually full of life's lessons.
It feels good because we get to like help more people with the environment.
In February, Brandon Clay rolled out a nonprofit called Heal and Rebuild Collective.
Yeah.
This is his first summer service learning project.
We wanted to keep these boys busy this summer, keep everybody out of trouble, and even put a little money in their pockets.
The idea?
And y'all grab y'all buckets.
So simple.
Fill them up in the bags.
But it's saving lives.
If you hang out in the streets, you might get into something that you don't want to, and it's easier for you to be peer pressure into other stuff.
This was a homeless encampment. A lot gets left behind, and so we just want to, beautify the aesthetic of the community.
In the 4-week camp, the teens get a good understanding about making good decisions.
What we're learning about is like not doing gang violence and killing our kind and all that, instead we just be wealthy and helping each other. So more of us won't die and population won't go away.
There are so many questions when it comes to how to stop senseless violence.
A lot of people tend to kind of judge our youth without giving them solutions, and so we just giving them solutions. We're giving them something to do, something to be a part of.
That's why in this case, one teen's trash is another teen's treasure.
They get to drive past here every day now and say, hey, we clean that up. And so it's very important.
Clay tells me that the response has been so good over this first program that he actually has scheduled another summer camp, which begins in a couple of weeks. A near-death experience for a former drug dealer turned his passion into something everyone could get hooked on.
I am blessed to be alive. No luck about it. I've been shot 5 times by one gun.
Coming up after the break, find out how fishing is changing lives for Sacramento teenagers. A Sacramento man once spent his youth as a drug dealer, but only decided to change his ways after he was shot 5 times. Now he works to make sure other teens don't follow in his footsteps.
All right, I want you to grab a pole. Do I have a hook on this thing?
Every Saturday morning at Southside Park,
y'all know how to fish?
The lake is lined with those eager to reel in the big one.
Hey, stop moving from me. Hey, bud, can you cooperate with me? Just cooperate.
Teenagers like 14-year-old Tamir Knox.
If you just take your time and wait for it, you'll catch something and you'll get it.
Are using fishing as a relaxing getaway.
Slow and steady.
From the dangers on the street.
You get a good cast like that. I don't really like gun violence at all.
Those dangers are trying to lure them in.
I wanted to make a change in my life, So I got with Mr. Tim, because I know he's that type of person. He's a mentor.
It's all about patience, just like that.
Mr. Tim is Tim Poole.
Each one of you go to a different school in a different area, right? Tell her what's good about your school.
Who was once young himself.
I wanted to have money and I wanted to have fast money. And so what I found myself doing is selling drugs.
And no doubt, on the wrong path.
I did that out of choice, right? My dad died when I was 9. I didn't have a real man to talk to me.
That drug pushing came to a quick end in 1991 here in Oak Park. His final deal went terribly wrong.
I am blessed to be alive. No luck about it. I've been shot 5 times by one gun. I got shot in my mouth, came out my neck, had 17 surgeries, up and down just to get this bone right.
The only thing Poole is pushing now,
I thought to myself, what can I do to stop this?
Is advice to teens.
I'm hoping that 1 or 2 catch on to the message that I'm giving them.
In his program, Hooked on Fishing, Not on Violence.
It helps me with my patience, and it helps me with my maturity.
It's very important to keep us youth out the streets.
It's casting a new outlook on life.
These are 4 less kids that's in the hood selling drugs. These are 4 less kids making a change in the world.
On this day, the only thing caught, unfortunately, is themselves.
You know what? I got you.
But just being out here is the biggest prize of all.
Saving one life, one cast at a time. One cast at a time.
And here's a good update for you. Right after seeing our story air, Douglas Birch with the Sacramento branch of Optimus International, a civic organization, called Tim Poole about a donation for a pontoon. As you can see, the group gave Hooked on Fishing, Not on Violence $15,000 to help out.
We're trying to do something positive with our youth and take them out and capacity build in our program that Mr. Birch seeing us on the news. Thank KCRA Channel 3 for highlighting us for people like Mr. Birch to see us.
I grew up going fishing with my dad, and to me it's a great way to get the kids on the water, teach them how to swim, teach them how to fish, and at the same time you can talk to these kids about life lessons.
Birch also presented Tim Poole with a check for another $2,500 from American Pacific Mortgage. Poole tells me he hopes to have that new pontoon out on the water next month. Hopefully, he gives me a ride. Brandy, that's it from here. Now back to you.
You've been watching a KCRA3 Project Community Special, Saving Our Cities. Remember, we only showed you just a few of the stories highlighting the groups making changes in our community. For a full list of the community members and volunteers making a difference, pull out your cell phone and scan this QR code. You can watch all of the stories right now on our website, kcra.com. Thanks so much for watching.